Can you tell I've had a mommy emergency? Sorry about that. The first stream cut out. I was trying to help my son with his game. All right, you guys. So we have a story that happened a couple days ago, but I waited to get some information from people involved in this story before I actually put out anything about it. Now, it was circulating on Instagram and through Facebook fan pages, but here's what happened. So if you are a fan of Unexpected, you will know that Rilah and Anthony, they had a little baby girl, Malaya, and her mother, Rosa, has been like allowing Anthony to live with them. Anthony comes from a pretty broken house, I should say. His stepfather was actually just charged with second-degree murder. His mother has been not the best parent in terms of raising him. And so there has been a lot of speculation in terms of like, is Anthony like really the most stable person for Rilah? It was his stepfather that actually put it into his head that maybe the baby wasn't his. He actually decided that the baby would only be his if the baby had the same ears as him. He's kooky, let's just say. Well, on Instagram, Rilah shared actually a pretty startling post, and she was letting people know about some issues she's been dealing with Anthony. So she wrote, as much as they say I'll never do it again, it will get worse. I just wanted a family, but I have to be strong for my daughter because she doesn't deserve this. No one ever knew, including my family, what was going on, but I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. I've been trying, you guys. I've been trapped in a domestic violent relationship. He's put out to be a good guy on TV, but I promise he's not. This guy is sick in the head, and today was the day I left. I was scared to make anyone look bad on TV, but this is the truth. He did this to me in our car, changed her diaper, and told her, "Your mother is a hoe that spreads her legs to men. If you are in a relationship that you don't want to be in, leave. This guy is obsessive and crazy, and I'm sorry I lied to everybody." And she said, "I don't want you to talk about this with anyone. Now you all know the truth." And then her mother shared a startling video, which I'm going to show you in a second. But with it, she posted, "This is the reality of things right now here. This is what I have to deal with. And I was always the one to forgive and give excuses. I felt bad because I knew he had a bad upbringing, and I always gave him a chance because I wanted to make a difference in his life. This is not the first time this happened, but no more. My granddaughter is now involved, and these things are happening in front of her. My daughter is getting hit. I'm going to stand up for mine and do whatever it takes to keep them safe. FYI, he's not the angel that you guys think he is." Now, this was actually shared with a video, which I'll show you right here.
You're not the mother. You're not the mother.
No, I'm witness.
Understand. Understand.
No, I understand.
Fuck
You
Chicago.
understand.
Fuck Chicago.
You live in my house.
I don't live in your house. I live in my
Yes,
mom's
you
house.
live in my house. I raised you. Okay? You're unstable.
Shut up. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I can drop her off when I drop her off.
No.
Bye.
He's been in the car driving crazy with that baby.
Bye. Let's get out of here. You guys got it.
You're not the mother.
You're not the
So that was the altercation that took place outside of her home. Rosa said that this type of stuff, they had been dealing with this sort of situation with Anthony since Saturday. Following the release of that video by Rosa and the statement by Rilah, Anthony went on to his Instagram live and he shared his side of the story, which actually didn't make a whole lot of sense, but he said that her friend invited her to a party and it was supposed to be just girls, and he saw the text. He didn't believe that it was just girls. he said that she wasn't making sense at all when she was texting him, and he showed up there to the party that she was at, and it turned out that there was a lot of guys there, and he believed some of them were 25 years old. He said he wanted to take her out of the party, to be fair. He denied that he hit her. He said that he forced her to leave the party because there were older men there. Anthony said that he was afraid of her getting raped and something like that while at the party. He called her lame. He said all she does is sleep all day. And he said that he loves his daughter, but that nothing happened. In fact, he never touched her. So his Instagram posts were sort of like his Instagram lives were kind of all over the place. And Rilah, for her part, hasn't been like the kind of girl that I would think would be, she's a strong-headed girl. She will like speak her mind and like say what's on her mind. And even in the last episode, Anthony was actually considering proposing to her on the episode that aired on Sunday for Unexpected. So Rosa, her mother, has been very outspoken about Anthony. She was the one that decided to move her family an hour away from him, not because to get away from him, but just for a better situation for her family. She allowed Anthony to live in her home. She tried to help him for years. And she said that and this is stuff that she has shared on the show, she's also a very, I would say, fiery mother, very protective of her daughter, and very much like protective of her family. And it wasn't until their baby shower that she had met Anthony's mother for the first time, and she had known Anthony for at least, I think, 6 years. So and he lived with them all of those years, despite the fact that he had a mother that could have been taking care of him. So he has a very unstable background that he came from, and Rosa provided him some stability. So the fight between them is kind of shocking, considering the fact that this is the kind of woman and mother that has had his back for a long, long time. So I reached out to Rosa, and she was like so kind and responded to me, and I just shared with her that I like wanted to know what happened and like, you know, provide some insight to my subscribers. And so what she told me is that she had seen him act like this before. She'd seen him be possessive of him. So she said, I've seen him act crazy and possessive when Rilah left him in the past. He has also been placed in a mental institution for wanting to commit suicide, but I never knew he had physically hit her. And she said, I said, oh man. And she said, I was trying to change him, but I couldn't. And I told her, you can only do so much. And she said, exactly, but I am so done. He is dead to me. She said, I heard, and then she said that she had heard on his Instagram live that all he was saying were lies. She talked about this like party in question. So Anthony says that at the party there was all these older men, and Rosa's take is completely different. Naturally, she said that she actually took Rilah to the party herself. She said, I personally took her to the party, and I told her that I would pick her up in 1 hour when I got there. It was safe, and I left without worries. I felt like she needed a little time to have fun because she's a good mommy, and she shows up forming a scene, and he shows up forming a scene like a lunatic. So she said that she was just trying to give her daughter a break, wanted her to enjoy some time. She was going to pick her daughter up in about an hour. And she said that he said that she was there cheating with men, cheating and saying all these damn lies when her mom personally took her to the party. He's crazy. And then in terms of the 25-year-old men, she said it was a party and the host had invited some coworkers. I mean, what the hell? Rilah has no control over who comes to a party she was invited to, and he's insane for saying that. She said that she hadn't had a chance to watch anything. She hadn't had a chance to speak out because this entire situation has been making her very stressed out. She said that she has fibromyalgia, and she has been like flaring up because of it. She said that Rilah has been crying and really distraught and upset since everything happened. She said that her daughter really loves him, but that she is done. She says Rilah is done. So Rosa said that she's trying to help Rilah as much as possible right now. So she said, I'm trying to talk to her and encourage her as much as I can. She says that she won't go back. She can't take the fact that he did all of that with the baby in the car. She will not tolerate domestic abuse. And so she did say that the baby was in front of her when Anthony placed his hands on her. And then she said that she was really proud of her daughter for standing up for herself, for sharing it with other people, and for making the right decision to protect her daughter. She said that she hopes that by her daughter sharing that maybe she can help other teenagers that are going through it and maybe inspire them to leave as well, as hard as it's been for Rilah. And Rosa said she's a lion and she will always protect her children as much as she can. So Rosa was very sweet for like answering some of my questions, and it sounds like this was a situation where she was trying to give her daughter a break. She goes to the party. Rosa says that she sees everyone there. It's not a big deal. Anthony was saying she was intoxicated, which makes no sense because Rosa said that she had been there for less than an hour and that she works really hard. She never gets a break from having her kid because she's always with her daughter. So sadly, now Rilah is dealing with the aftermath here. So then on Instagram, she shared this post today, and it was of a cooing Malaya, and she said, "These past 2 days have been hard, but I will always pick myself up and remind myself who I'm doing this for." And then she also reminded people not to spread hate about her on Facebook groups or comment on her Instagram with hate. So my heart goes out to Rilah if these accusations are true. According to Rosa, this was at least the second time something like this had happened, and this was the first time that Rilah had ever told her about anything that had happened. I wanted to thank Rosa for being so open and honest with me. She was a really sweet woman to talk with me. And I hope for everyone involved that if Anthony is suffering from any sort of mental illness or needs help, I hope he gets the help that he needs. And I hope that Rilah and her daughter and Rosa stay safe and away from what's going on with them. Anthony is the father of the baby, yes. So this is Rilah and Anthony. This is their first season on Unexpected. They are on the season along with Michaela and Kaylin, Tyra and Alex, and Haley and Matthew. So she was the newest. She and Tyra were and Chloe and and Chloe and Max. She was one of the newer moms that had been added to the third season of Unexpected. So if you guys have questions, concerns, if there's a story you want me to cover, let me know. I will keep you abreast of what's going on with this relationship. If there's other Unexpected cast members that you'd like me to cover, let me know in comments below. I will do my best, and I will be back later. Bye, guys.